Dear friends and colleagues, as we approach the end of 2020, we breathe a collective sigh of relief. This is the year when each of us wished that every day would be the day that we woke up from the bad dream. It has been a year of tremendous sacrifice and challenges. Our lives have been touched, and we will never be the same. We journeyed through the worst pandemic in a century without fully understanding its extent and severity. Countless lives have been lost. Societies as we knew them have been disrupted. Economies have faltered. Our social interactions distanced, and weaknesses in national development exploited and laid bare. The pandemic has taken advantage of inequity and inequality, poverty, social exclusion, and lack of social protection. Yes, and weak intrafamilial relationships, education, and health systems. Yet we have witnessed that indomitable spirit of humanity emerging like never before. Individual acts of sacrifice and courage, the collective determination to serve selflessly, to stand up to an invisible enemy, and to fight valiantly. We salute all of the frontline workers whose courage and determination in service are unmatched and gave hope and comfort to millions. We recognize the women of our countries who quietly sacrifice every day to feed their families, to care, school, and comfort their children, to tend the sick and dying, and to keep hope alive for themselves and for their families. We are grateful to researchers, scientists, philanthropists, and donors all over the world who toiled ceaselessly day and night to learn more about the intricacies of this enemy virus, to develop and discover new treatments, new tests, and vaccines at warp speed. We have greatly appreciated the efforts of governments who brought leadership, coordination, and prioritized the preparation and response of their respective countries while simultaneously seeking to strengthen solidarity among nations. Thumbs up to the children all over the world who have been locked in for so long, locked out of school and school meals, who are struggling to self learn, many without access to the necessary technology or tuition, enduring hunger, boredom, and isolation. Your smiles and laughter may have dimmed for a while, but you too have learned new ways of coping and of surviving. With sincere thanks, we acknowledge the many who have quietly served in communities to ease the burden of so many, the community based organizations, the church groups, and other faith based organizations, civil society, and local groups. Truly, the spirit of generosity has blossomed in our midst as so many have responded to the needs of others. As the director of the Pan American Health Organization, I have been inspired by my staff. Your solid commitment and unstinting dedication have ensured that we could overcome the many challenges of 2020 with sheer determination and togetherness. You have exemplified courage and bravery in this battle, a resilient spirit, and an unwavering tenacity. The organization has stood with countries and served them well, remaining true to its values and principles and its foundational objective crafted some 118 years ago. There is this quotation that says, and I quote, "Start by doing what is necessary, then do what is possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible." End of quote. Thank you, dear colleagues, for making the impossible possible. The world can look forward to a 2021 with hope and anticipation. With vaccines on the horizon, we will be able to stop the unrelenting transmission of this virus. It will recede from our lives, but we can never be the same again. There are so many lessons learned on all fronts, in all spheres, that will drive innovation and change and our way of living. Marianne Williamson, the American author, spiritual leader, politician, and activist, penned these words, and let me quote: "Something very beautiful happens to people when their world has fallen apart. A humility, a nobility, a higher intelligence emerges at just the point when our knees hit the floor," unquote. I am very hopeful. Hopeful that we will be a kinder, gentler generation that puts people first and at the very center of development. That all leaders across and within nations will work ceaselessly to eradicate poverty, to root out inequality and inequity and discrimination of any kind, and will recommit to the Sustainable Development Goals. I am hopeful that a new commitment to solidarity will be kindled in the families, communities, and within and between nations. I'm hopeful that we will act to protect the environment, to allow nature to blossom, and to preserve the world for our children, grandchildren, and generations to come. That we will do all that is required to avert another pandemic, while at the same time being well prepared to face another. So, as we bring this year to a close, I accept my best wishes for a holiday season full of love, peace, hope, faith, and fulfilled expectations. I wish you all and your families a successful and blessed New Year.